Hello, my dear student. How are you all? I hope you are doing wonders. I'm Rashmi, welcoming you on my channel Math Mysteries with Rashmi. So, as we have already learned about the conversion of any fraction into the continued fraction, here we are with another trick which is going to help us. How can we do the comparison in different cases? We may have to do the comparison among the fraction, though we already know, but we may have different method also, right? So what we will be doing in each case, that we will be looking. Not only among the comparison among the fraction, we can compare the exponent based problems as well, exponential numbers, or we can have the some square root or square roots problem, cube roots problem in the numerator, in the denominator, anywhere we may have. So whatever the different scenarios we have of comparison, we will be looking to each and everything in different sessions. So let's get start with the comparison of fraction. So comparison among the fraction can be done by different methods. The methods are by making the denominator same. We all are well aware about the method. We have applied it multiple times. Wherever we have to make the denominator same, we simply have to take the LCM of the denominator. And as soon as we take the LCM, we can find out the equivalent fraction for it. And then we can make the denominator same, and then we can easily look for the numerator part. Whichever is the smaller one, that will be called the smallest fraction. Whichever numerator is the greater one among all, that will be called the greatest fraction. Okay, fraction. So then we have the cross multiplication method. This method also we have applied multiple times, right? Whatever the fractions are given, we will be multiplying the denominator of one fraction to the numerator of other, and the denominator of first fraction will be multiplied with the second fraction's numerator. But here we have to do some groupings कि पहले दो fractions में grouping करके मैंने यहाँ से बड़ा छोटा decide कर लिया, and then will be grouping the second set also, and then I'll decide which one is the bigger and smaller, and then at the end again I have to compare these two which I got as the result of the first two sets. Okay, then we have the decimal. That means somehow we have to convert the given fraction into the decimal format. Okay, so somehow we have to convert the given fraction into the decimal format, which will help us to get the answer. I hope you are understanding. So let's get started with the method. So denominator same. Look, the example here we have which number is greater? 2 upon 3, 3 upon 4, 4 upon 5, 5 upon 6. These four fractions are given. So the first thing is we can take the LCM of denominators, and then we can make it same. To make it same, right? Here we have 3, 4, 5, 6 in the denominator. So the LCM is going to be 5 fours are 20, and I think it will be 120, right? So 120 will be the LCM here. So this is one of the method. We can find out the LCM 120. Then we can simplify one fraction 2 upon 3 just to find the equivalent fraction of it. So that 3 multiplied by what number which gives us denominator 120. 3 में मैं किसका multiply करूँ? So of course I will multiply by 40. So 40 I will balance it out because I have to find the equivalent fraction. Similarly 3 upon 4 I have 4 multiplied by what? Yes, it should be multiplied with 30. So this gives me 90 upon 120, which is the equivalent fraction for 3 upon 4, right? Then we will calculate, we will find the equivalent fraction for which one? Yes, for 4 upon 5. So 24 I will multiply here. 5 fours are 20, carry over 2, 5 twos are 10 plus 2, 12. That means 120 is coming again in the denominator. So we will calculate the numerator as well. 4 fours are 16, carry over 1, 4 twos are 8 plus 1, 9. So 96 upon 120 is the equivalent fraction for 4 upon 5. Then we have 5 upon 6. By what we should multiply? Yes, we should multiply here by 20. So 20 multiplied by 5 gives me 100. 100 upon 120 we are getting. So we can easily only check the numerators now, which helps us to find the bigger one or the smaller one among all. So which is the bigger one among all? Look, the first fraction, which is 2 by 3, gives us 80 upon 120 as the equivalent fraction. Then 90 upon 120, then 96 upon 120, and we have 100 upon 120. So denominator is fixed everywhere, 120. Now 80, 90, 96, 100. Of course, 100 is the greater one. So sorry. Yes, 100 is the bigger one. So this is the bigger fraction. 100 upon 120. That means 5 upon 6 is going to be the bigger one, right? Bigger fraction. And the smaller one is 80 upon 120, because among 80, 90, 96, 100, 80 is the smaller one, right? So if 80 is the smaller one, we can easily look for 80 upon 120. That means 2 upon 3. So 2 upon 3 is the smaller fraction. So among all these, we found that small one and the big one. The same way, now if this question, let's say we have big numbers in the denominator. So in that case, it won't be that much easy to find the LCM of the denominator. So this method will be of course time taking. हमको किससे multiply करना है equivalent fraction find करने के लिए, that also we have to think about. Like it will take time to find. So that is why the second method is cross multiplication, which we all know, right? Cross multiplication, about which we are aware, that is we will be simply finding the value. Look, 2 by 3, 3 by 4. I am rewriting these fractions here, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, then 4 by 5 and 5 by 6, right? Now हम दो दो फ्रैक्शंस का सेट बना लेंगे, दो दो की पेयर अप करके डिसाइड करते हैं कि इन दोनों में चलो कौन बड़ा है और इन दोनों में कौन बड़ा है. तो फर्स्ट सेट है क्रॉस मल्टीप्लीकेशन. दैट मीन्स ये 4 को हम इस साइड में ट्रांसफर कर देंगे. 2 पहले से तो यहां था ही न्यूमरेटर में, 4 इसके पास आ गया, एंड 3 ऑलरेडी इज देयर इन द न्यूमरेटर टू द सेकंड फ्रैक्शन. This 3 will come into the cross multiplication. So this gives me 8 and 9. So of course 8 is smaller. That means 2 by 3 is smaller one among these two. Among these two. Now coming to the second portion where I have 4 already, 6 will be multiplied. ये 6 को इधर आना है, 4 उधर नहीं जाएगा, 6 will come. Denominator has to go. Okay, and 5 multiplied 5 gives me 25. This gives me 24. So of course 24 is lesser. That means 4 upon 5 is smaller. तो अभी दो दो के सेट में तो पता चल गया इन दोनों में से कौन छोटा है, इन दोनों में से कौन छोटा है. नाउ हमको चारों में से कंपेयर करना है. वी डोंट हैव टू मेक द सेट ऑफ 2 2 2 एंड देन कंपेयर. वी हैव टू एक्चुअली कंपेयर ऑल 4 ऑफ देम. तो इन दोनों में से ये छोटा है, इन दोनों में से ये छोटा है, दोनों छोटे में से और फाइनली कौन छोटा है, दैट वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट. So we simply have to compare 2 by 3 and 4 by 5. That's it. So for that 2 and 5 will be multiplied. 2 5s are 10. And 4 multiplied with 3, which gives me 12. So 10 is a smaller one. That means ultimately 2 by 3 is the smallest one. 2 upon 3 is smaller one among all. चारों में से ये सबसे छोटा. Now if they ask us to compare the big one, तो 2 by 3 और 3 by 4 में से बड़ा कौन है, 3 by 4. And 4 by 5, 5 by 6, 5 by 6 is bigger one. Now 3 by 4 and 5 by 6 will be compared. 3 by 4, 5 by 6, because now we are going to look for the big one. So selection criteria में भी पहले big one को criteria we have to consider. So this gives me 6 3s are 18, 5 4s are 20. That means of course 20 is greater. So 5 by 6 is greater among all 4. This is also one of the method. Rather than finding the LCM, this is much better. Okay. So decimal method is simply about trying to convert the given fraction into the decimal format. So the question was 2 by 3, then 3 by 4, 4 by 5, and then 5 by 6. I'm writing all the fractions. Now I will be simply converting them into the decimal. 2 तो 3 से divide नहीं होगा. So we will be putting the decimal. and then 20 will be getting, एक ही division करके दिखा रहे because we all know how to divide, right? 0 point. So 3 6 are 18, then again we'll get remainder 2, then we'll make it 20, then 3 6 are 18. So this division will never ever end. 6666.666 we will be getting. Now 4 sevens are 28. 30 minus 28 remainder 2, 4 fives are 20. This is terminated one. ये terminate हो रहा है. 5 eights are 40. 6 eights are 48. 2 remainder. 6 threes are 18. Then again 2 remainder. So this will go on, go on. 3333.8333 we will be getting. So among all, this is the terminated one, 0.8. That's it. Nothing is there after 8. Here we have 0.83333. So of course this is the bigger one. Okay, is bigger fraction. And this is the smallest one. Suppose everywhere we are getting 0.6, 67, 68, something that type of. So उसमें फिर हमको second position भी find out करनी पड़ेगी. What are we exactly getting in the second position of the decimal, second place of decimal. But here it was not needed because everywhere we are getting different number. Look, here we are getting 0.8 exact because it's terminated. The next division, furthermore division is not possible क्योंकि remainder is 0 बन चुका है, right? So this is one of the method which I find some cases easy. So depend करता है question किस type का है, तो उस basis पर हम वो method opt करेंगे. So let's look to the another example. Which number is the greater one? 12 upon 17, 16 upon 21, 8 upon 13, 7 upon 12. First method is taking the LCM, making the denominator same. I'm not taking the help of that method. I'm directly moving to take the help of, yes, second method, cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. What needs to be done? Exactly. We have to compare two fractions together. 12 upon 17, 16 upon 21. And 8 upon 13, 7 upon 12. Let's quickly multiply 12 with 21, which gives us something, and 16 with 17. 12 ones are 12, carry over 1. 12 twos are 14 plus 1, 25. 12 twos are 24, 24 plus 1, 25. 16 multiplied with 17. We have to multiply. 17 6 are 102. 17 ones are 17 plus 10, 27. So this is the bigger one, second one. So 16 upon 20 is greater among these two only. Now let's compare the second set. 8 upon 12, 8 upon 13. So this gives us 12 8s are 20, 84. And 7 multiplied with 13, which gives me 91. So of course this is the greater one. So in these two sets, from the first set we got to know 16 upon 21 is greater and 7 upon 12 is greater from the second set. Now let's compare the value 16 upon 21 and 7 upon 12. For that, 16 will be multiplied with 12 and 7 will be multiplied with 21. Right? 16 twos are 32, carry over 3. 16 ones are 16 plus 3, 19. So this is the bigger one. That means 16 upon 21 is the biggest fraction among all. This is the biggest one among all. And if we had to find the smaller one, so पहले first set में से 12 upon 17 is the smallest one. From the second set, 8 upon 13 is the smallest one. And then ultimately we have to compare 12 upon 17 and 8 upon 13. Which is going to give us which is the smaller one. For greater one, we'll be looking for the greater one among two sets, different sets, and then we will be comparing at the end whatever the values we are getting from those two sets. So this was one of the method. Decimal method we will not be discussing because it's not that easy to divide. Denominators ही वैसे हैं. So here it will be very much time taking for us if we take the help of that making the denominator same, or we can say the other method, which is the dividing one. That means we have to convert it into the decimal format. That is why I would suggest you to go with the help of this cross multiplication method only, so that it will be very easy for us to do the comparison. Okay, let's move to the next example. The next example, here we have 3 upon 5, 2 upon 3, 5 upon 6, 7 upon 10. The first method we all know, making the denominator same. For that we have to take the LCM. Another method is, which one? Yes, another method is cross multiplication method, right? So cross multiplication method is helping us to fix the number among two sets we have to compare. Okay, so second method, or else we can take the help of third method also, that is the converting it into the decimal format. So if I convert this 3 upon 5 is going to give me 0.6, right? 2 divided by 3 will give me 3 6 are 18. This will go on 0.66. Then 5 upon 6, 6 8s are 48, right? And this gives me 0.7. So which is the smaller one among all? Of course, this is the smaller one, because this is the fixed answer 0.6. We can't divide it furthermore. But the second one is 0.666666. It goes on, goes on. The third one is 0.8. It is also continuously division is possible there. We are not, this is not terminating one. And 0.7. So of course, out of all, 0.6 is the smallest one and 0.8 is the greater one. This is the big one and this is the smaller one. So look, it is so easy for us to get the answer in seconds when we are taking the help of decimal method. But yes, this method is not applicable everywhere, as I said before also. So second method is cross multiplication method. So cross multiplication will be taking the help of just to save our time. Okay. So 3 upon 5, the first set, and 2 upon 3. Second set is 5 upon 6 and 7 upon 10. Let's quickly multiply. 3 multiply 3 gives me 9. 2 multiply 5 gives me 10. This is the numerator. First value is always for the numerator. 7 multiplied by 6. This gives me 50. This gives me 7 6 are 42. So of course among these two, this is the smaller one, small, and these two, this is the smaller one. So we can compare the first fraction, which is 3 upon 5. The first value is the smaller one, that means 3 upon 5, and here 7 upon 10, right? 7 multiplied with 6. So 7 upon 10 and 3 upon 5. We will be comparing these two. So this gives me 3 multiplied by 10 and 7 multiplied by 5, which is 35, and this is 30. So 30 is less than 35. That means this is the smallest one. This is the smallest one among all, right? So we can easily compare which number is smaller. 3 by 5, 2 by 3, 5 by 6, 7 upon 10. We can easily conclude that 3 upon 5 is the smallest one among all. और अगर greater one select करना होता तो process would be same. But the thing is, last में जो हमने set बनाया है वो कुछ और होता. Rather than comparing 3 upon 5 with 7 upon 10, we would have compared 2 upon 3 with 5 upon 6. Other two fraction, these two. Why? Because these two are greater from the first set. 2 upon 3 is greater, 5 upon 6 is greater from the second set. That is why. Okay. So we have many more problems. Look for many more problems in your textbook, your reference book, and do practice it. We have another question here. The value for P. If P is equals to 7 upon 8, value for Q is 8 upon 9, value for R is 9 upon 10, then which relation is correct among P, Q, R? इन तीनों में से बड़ा कौन है, छोटा कौन है, और ascending or descending order, whichever you find. So the first method is taking the LCM. LCM of 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10 LCM is 720. Let's quickly find out. Value for P is 7 upon 8. I will find the equivalent fraction just by multiplying it by 90. So 630 upon 720. The value for P. Then the second fraction is Q, which is 8 upon 9. Here I will be multiplying by 80. So this gives me 8 8 is 64, that means 640 upon 720. And R value is 9 upon 10, which will be multiplied with 72, so that we will be getting 720 in the denominator. 9 2s are 18, carry over 1, 9 7s are 63 plus 164. So when we compare all these three, what are we getting? This is the biggest one out of all. That means R is the greater one, right? So R सबसे बड़ा है, 48 is coming in the numerator. R is the biggest one. 648, then 640, that means Q is the middle one, and 630, that means P is the smallest one. So the sequence for PQR is going to be P is the lesser one, smallest one, Q is the middle one, and R is the greatest one. R सबसे बड़ा है, उससे छोटा Q, सबसे छोटा P. So this way we can compare with the help of the first method. The second method was cross multiplication, which we all know. I'm not discussing that. The third one is, here I discussed this method only because it was easy for us to take the LCM of the denominator. That is why I opted for this method. But why to waste our time to compare with that cross multiplication method? Okay, so let's move to the another example, which is a dangerous one. You would get confused कि करना कैसे है इसको. So somehow यहाँ पर आपको denominator making denominator same is actually very stupid task. क्योंकि denominator में here in the value for p is 96 upon 95 multiplied 97. So denominator यहाँ पे 95 multiplied 97 है. Value for Q is 97 upon 96 multiplied by 98. Value for R is 1 upon 97. That means the LCM is going to be 95 multiplied 96 multiplied 97 multiplied 98. So it is a lot of time taking to calculate it. उसका अगर आप equivalent fraction भी find करोगे, so it will be a lot of time wasting, right? So I am going to give another method here in such type of cases. आपको करना क्या है? आपको आइडेंटिटीज की हेल्प लेनी है. लुक, न्यूमरेटर इज 96, डिनोमिनेटर में इट इज वेरी क्लोज टू 96. एक नंबर 96 से छोटा है एक स्टेप, और एक नंबर 96 का प्रीडिसर है, एक 96 का सक्सीजर है. सो 95 कैन बी रिटर्न एज 96 minus 1 and 97 can be written as 96 plus 1. And here this denominator, which is 96 minus 1, 96 plus 1, is exactly matching to the identity a minus b multiplied a plus b, which gives me a square minus b square. The identities are reversible. That means if we are able to get the arrangement like this, we can write it into right side arrangement. If in the question itself it looks like right side arrangement, you can rewrite it as left side arrangement. So 96 upon 96 minus 1, 96 plus 1 is going to give me 96 square minus 1 square, which is 1 only. 96 square, it is time wasting for me to write. So that is why 96 square minus 1. क्योंकि कितना भी calculate कर लो, I won't be able to compare it. मेरा target है compare करना. And one more method we are well aware about, कि कभी comparison करने में denominator same नहीं बना पा रहे, तो न्यूमरेटर सेम बना लेते हैं. न्यूमरेटर सेम बनाने का मतलब ये होता है, एवरीवेयर अगर न्यूमरेटर सेम है तो हम सिर्फ डिनोमिनेटर को चेक करके जो डिनोमिनेटर बड़ा है वो फ्रैक्शन छोटा हो जाता है, राइट? इट इज जस्ट ऑपोजिट मेथड. यूजुअली हम कंपैरिजन जब डिनोमिनेटर सेम करते हैं, सो वी लुक टू द न्यूमरेटर्स, विच एवर इज द बिगर न्यूमरेटर, दैट वी से यस दिस फ्रैक्शन इज द बिगेस्ट वन. बट हियर इट जस्ट उल्टा, इट्स जस्ट अपोजिट. क्या होता है यहाँ पर? वी हैव टू मेक द न्यूमरेटर सेम. अब न्यूमरेटर सेम बनाने का मतलब ये नहीं है कि हमको सब तरफ 96, 97 ऐसे कुछ नंबर्स लेकर आने. व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, वी हैव टू गेट एवरीवेयर 1. 1 बनाना तो सब जगह इजी है, बिकॉज जस्ट नाउ वी हैव सीन इन वन ऑफ द सेशन कि कंटिन्यूड फ्रैक्शन क्या होता है. सो ये 96 को मुझे 1 बनाना है, तो मैं इसका रेसिप्रोकल कर दूंगी. यस, सो P कैन बी रिटर्न एज 1 अपॉन 96 स्क्वायर माइनस 1 अपॉन 96. क्योंकि जब मैं 1 को डिवाइड करूंगी, 96 स्क्वायर माइनस 1 डिवाइडेड बाय 96, अल्टीमेटली ये डिवीजन मल्टीप्लीकेशन बनेगा और ये 96 अपॉन 96 स्क्वायर माइनस 1 हो जाएगा 1 के मल्टीप्लीकेशन में। और 1 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 96 मुझे न्यूमरेटर में फिर 96 दे देगा एंड द डिनोमिनेटर इज गोइंग टू बी 96 स्क्वायर माइनस 1। सो व्हाई नॉट आई कैन राइट इट इनटू दिस वे सो दैट अभी भी वैसे तो सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम हुआ नहीं है, बट यस इसके आगे हमको थोड़ा स्मार्टली चलना पड़ेगा. वी हैव टू मूव स्मार्टली बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव दैट मच टाइम इन एग्जाम टू सिंप्लीफाई दिस. इसको अगर मैंने सॉल्व कर भी लिया, आई नो हाउ टू फाइंड अ स्क्वायर ऑफ एनी नंबर विद अ शॉर्टकट ट्रिक, पर उसके बाद में भी इट वोंट बी हेल्पफुल फॉर मी, क्योंकि फिर मेरे लिए तो डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन हो जाएगी, राइट. सो 1 अपॉन, नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू स्प्लिट दिस 96. जैसे एलसीएम में सब जगह डिनोमिनेटर सेम होता है तो हम कॉमन डिनोमिनेटर लिख देते हैं, वैसे ही डिस्ट्रीब्यूट भी कर सकते हैं. सो 96 स्क्वायर अपॉन 96 minus 1 upon 96, which is equals to 1 upon 96 square divided by 96 gives me 96 only, minus, now imagine कि 1 को मैं 96 से डिवाइड कर रही हूँ, so 1 divided by 96 gives me 0 point something something, that means it is less than 1. Now 96 minus less than 1, let's consider it is 1, rounding it off just for the better understanding, 0.00 something. So अगर मैं 96 में से 0.123 whatever it is I am subtracting, I will be getting 95 something something, 95 point something something. So I can round it off 0.12 whatever I am getting. Okay, so I can round it off into this way. 1 upon 96 minus 0 point something something can be written as 96 minus whatever I am subtracting. This gives me 95 point something something, which is nothing but 95 only. राउंड ऑफ करके भी तो हम थोड़ा सा अप्रोक्सीमेट वैल्यू, हमको वो वैल्यू कैलकुलेट तो करना ही नहीं है, सिर्फ कंपेयर करना है. वी हैव टू शो द रिलेशन अमंग पी क्यू आर. तो अभी तो मैं पी को ही सॉल्व कर रही हूँ. बिलीव मी दिस इज नॉट दैट टाइम टेकिंग, दिस इज सो इजी. एक बार आपने पी का फाइंड कर लिया, क्यू और आर का orally we will be able to find out, mentally we will be able to calculate. Okay, so value for p is going to be 1 upon 95. यहां तक क्लियर है. 96 में से मैं 0 पॉइंट कुछ कुछ माइनस कर रही हूँ, वो मुझे गिरेगा 95 पॉइंट समथिंग समथिंग, विच आई राउंडेड ऑफ एंड आई रोट इट एज 1 अपॉन, या तो 95 होगा या तो 1 अपॉन 96 होगा. आई मेक इट 95. ओके, यहाँ पर जो रूल अप्लाई कर रहे हो वही रूल क्यू के लिए अप्लाई करना. ऐसा नहीं कि वहां बड़े वाले पर, यहाँ पे मैंने 95 या तो 96 में से छोटे वाले को ऑप्ट किया है. सो इन देयर ऑल्सो फॉर गेटिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ क्यू यू हैव टू ऑप्ट फॉर द सेम स्मॉलर वन. ओके, नाउ हाउ वी विल बी डूइंग फॉर क्यू. वैल्यू फॉर क्यू इज 97. एक नंबर 97 से छोटा है, एक नंबर 97 से बड़ा है. Pattern we have observed, 97 upon 96, 97 is predecessor and then 97 successor, which is going to give me 1. So sorry, for now I am writing 97 only. This gives me 97 square minus 1 square, and then ultimately 1 upon 97 square minus 1 upon 97 I will be getting exact the same, only number has changed here. So 1 upon 97 minus 1 upon 97, which gives me 1 upon 96, because 97 minus 0 point something something gives me 96 point something something, which is 1 upon 96. So value for Q is 1 upon 96, value for P is 1 upon 95, and value for R is already solved for us. We don't have to solve this, 1 upon 97. Now we can easily compare, क्योंकि सब जगह न्यूमरेटर सेम है, तो जो डिनोमिनेटर बड़ा है वो फ्रैक्शन छोटा है. Look, this is the bigger denominator. That means R is the biggest, sorry, R is the smallest fraction. Among all, R is the smallest one. क्योंकि मैं 1 को 95 पीसेस में डिवाइड करूंगी तो हर पीस की साइज कंपैरेटिवली 96 पीसेस, लाइक 1 चॉकलेट इज देयर. अगर 2 लोगों में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करनी है सो एवरीबडी विल गेट बिगर पोर्शन. इफ आई हैव टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इन 4 पीसेस, 4 बच्चों में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करनी है सेम चॉकलेट, then of course the size of each and every piece matters a lot. यहाँ पे बच्चों को छोटी छोटी चॉकलेट्स मिलेगी comparatively distributing 2 person among 2 person. So that concept is applicable. 1 chocolate distributed among 95 people getting bigger size comparatively 96 people, and here also comparatively 97 greater 90s. So which one is the greatest one among all? Of course, value P. So P is the greatest one because less number of people are there. So less value in the denominator gives the bigger fraction. So P is the greater one, comparatively Q and R. Q is the greater one, comparatively only R. So the sequence is P is the biggest one, Q is the lesser than P, and R is the smallest one. So P सबसे बड़ा है. So this is only the answer. I am quickly going to show you the solution कि अगर आपको ये method समझ में आ गई है, how you are going to move the hint, how we will be getting the hint, इसको check करके 95 यहाँ पे एक successor आ रहा है. So sorry, yeah, it's 96. Here we have 96, here we have 95, here we have 97. So तीनों number consecutive numbers of each other. But yes, numerator is going to help us to split it with the help of 96. So 95 को मैं 96 minus 1 लिखूंगी, 97 को 96 plus 1 लिखूंगी, which gives me 96 square minus 1. Ultimately ये मुझे देगा 96 minus 1 upon 96 and then 1 minus 95, 1 upon 95. So as I got the value for P, similarly I'll be getting the value for Q as well, which is 1 upon 96. And value for R was already given, 1 upon 97. So numerators are same. The lesser denominator is the bigger fraction. So P is the biggest one and R is the smallest one. So this way we simplified this big calculation also. Look, अगर आप बेसिक मेथड से जाते हैं 96, 95 और 97, 90, 95, 97, 96, 98 का LCM लेते, so it would be a lot of time taking. We would have done it on 3 to 4 pages. यहाँ पे एक पेज में ही हो जाता अगर आपको स्मार्टली लाइक यू आर एबल टू रिलेट इट विद दिस आइडेंटिटी कि कैसे भी तीनों तो है ऐसे नंबर कि इजीली वी कैन अप्लाई दिस आइडेंटिटी एंड देन वी कैन round take the help of round off concept. Okay, so getting the value was not our target, just relation we had to find out. That is why we approximated value we considered here. Okay, so this way we have seen the solution of all the problems where we were comparing the fraction. Now you have to look for many more problems same type of, or you can create by your own. You can refer to some other book, you can take the help of internet. From wherever you get any such type of problem where you are like it is a lot of time taking or it's difficult to compare. Comparison is so easy, but such type of cases is wastage of time. So that is why we have to look for some shortcut way. So here is the shortcut way as the savior for us, which is going to give the solution in 1 minute only. Okay, so please do like my video, share it to your friends. If you find it useful, do share it to them also so that they will also get the benefit of it. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button. Do not forget to practice, just practice, keep on practicing so that you will you will be enough confident, just you can master in your subject, right? So take care of yourself. Bye everyone.